Hey you guys, welcome to your bi-weekly love reading. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising for the weeks of September 2nd to the 15th, 2017. Sorry you guys, I took a break without warning. I am still undecided on whether I'm going to continue doing the bi-weekly readings. Usually I just follow my intuition, and I just really felt like God was telling me to let tarot go for a while, or permanently. I don't know yet. I just know I just needed not to do them at all. So I'm sorry you guys for, anyone that I disappointed. I am, however, still doing private and personal readings. But I'm just going through a lot of changes, so I don't know if this is the path that I need to continue in. So we'll see. Alright, so I have already shuffled and cut the cards. Let's go ahead and begin. Remember guys, these are general readings, so they may or may not resonate, but hopefully they do. And you can still like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because, like I said, I haven't decided 100% what I'm doing. And thank all of you that did reach out to me to, see what was going on. I'm sorry if I did not respond right away, because like I said, I also just needed a complete mental break. Because this is a lot of energy, a lot of people that depend on, answers. And I like to remind you guys that, well, God does reside in all of us, but, he also gives you the power to make decisions yourself. So, sometimes it feels codependent, and, that can get stressful for my soul. Alright, so, heart of the situation, we have the Ten of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Five of Swords. And we have the King of Swords. Four of Wands. Sun. Hanged Man. Ten of Cups. Okay, so I'm feeling like there are some petty issues going on, either with you and your partner, or you and a crush, or you and somebody that you were dating. But I feel like there was some sort of maybe a petty disagreement, arguments. Not really. There's issues in communication. Someone may have been too brash or not expressing themselves enough. I see that something has finally ended. You may have been dealing with more than one person. Could have been an age difference, because I'm seeing two different age differences. There's a lot of air in your chart, so not in your chart, in a reading, but it could be that you were also dealing with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Someone might have said something to hurt your feelings, or to make you say that was the last straw. Could have been overwhelmed with the relationship itself, or had some sort of falling out. If you were in a relationship and you broke up, there's a possibility of a reconciliation. So I do feel like you will hear from that person again. Now, for some of you, it's not a reconciliation. For some of you, it was just a clean cut, done. You're over the person. You're free. It's like you being liberated. Like, I'm done. I'm glad that's over. I'm ready for the next chapter in my life. And you're just kind of moving on to the next phase. That was done and completed. You did what you had to do. It's over. This is also another liberating card. Being free to move about. Being open. Coming out. If there was anything that you were hiding or keeping to yourself, is coming out as being enlightened. I'm also seeing like maybe being a center of attention. So I don't know if you're dealing with someone who demands a lot of attention, or dealing with someone that there's a lot of playful energy here, dealing with a soulmate. Because the Sun card for me is sometimes like also someone who you could have been dealing with since childhood. But overall, I'm just feeling like you're feeling free. Like like you were burdened with a lot of things. There was something going on. Maybe someone was very immature, or just kind of nasty with the words. And now that that's over, you're free to move on to maybe the person that you have been wanting to be with in the first place. But I'm not feeling like you're going to rush into that relationship if that is the scenario. I feel like you're going to take a break. Like you need a time out. You like to have a little time to yourself, spending some time alone. But this is fun to you. This is the Hangman that has been showing up in a couple of readings now. But this is my also a card of relaxation. Maybe smoking if you're a smoker. I'm talking about like weed and or mushrooms. This is my natural high card, and just kind of being spaced out and chilling, just relaxing and observing things from a different perspective, or you know, just need a time out. But I feel like you are being enlightened, and you're just, things pick up for you. This is a good week for you. You may even end up in a relationship where the relationship that you've been wanting, the one where you have that, like this is emotional fulfillment. Like this is the type of relationship that you've been dreaming of, and you get to have that with the person that you've been wanting to be with. So also either you and a person that you get with could have children. So if you're single and wondering if you're going to meet someone, or if you're going to enter a relationship, is a possibility. Doesn't happen for everyone, because that does depend on everyone's individualized birth chart. You know, everyone has a different rising sign, the moon sign, that all takes effect. And also in Vedic astrology, there's also like a time period where things happen, and everybody is on a different time period. So it depends. So not everyone will literally end up in a relationship. For some people, you're just daydreaming about it. There may be someone that you're really interested in, and you've been spending like a lot of time just kind of saying, I wonder what it would be like to be with them, or you've been meditating, or you know, you're someone who practices The Secret, and you've been working on manifesting your desires into reality. For those of you that are intuitive or a little psychic even, or have premonitions, you may have had a dream that was so crystal clear. It was so vivid, and you could clearly see yourself with the person that you need to settle down with, the person that you're desiring to settle down with. But I feel like you have someone in mind, and I feel like it's going to be a good outcome. For those of you that are in relationships, whatever that nasty energy, like I said, looks like maybe it was a falling out, a lover's spat. I feel like you guys are going to get over that, and things are going to get back on track, and you guys are going to be one big happy family again. But I am seeing some of you got out of a toxic relationship. You ended it. So for the second week, I'm seeing some sort of temptation. Like there might be someone that you're desiring. Maybe it's taboo. So like if you're in a relationship, you're being tempted to get involved with someone else, or to live out a fantasy or something that you've been doing. It's been on your mind, and you're like, is it worth it? I feel like you have to assess the situation to see if this is something that's really worth it, or something that you really, is it what you really want? And I just kind of feel that your judgment might be a little cloudy. So be careful if you get drunk. Also too, yeah, this is like getting drunk and then getting involved with someone, they look better when you were drunk. So be mindful of that too. But for those of you that are in relationships, the Seven of Cups is almost usually like being tempted, like you might be fantasizing about someone, and it doesn't necessarily have to be another person. It could just be something that you want to try with your partner. It's a secret, something you haven't really shared with them. It's a darker side to you that you haven't maybe come clean about. Or maybe this is your partner. Maybe there's a side of them, something that they've been fantasizing about. They're struggling with it, because I'm also seeing some sort of sexual frustration and struggle. If you're single, this is something as simple as just watching a lot of porn and fantasizing about sex because you're sexually frustrated. And with the Nine of Cups here, this is some sort of self-pleasuring as well. But unfortunately, I do see some sort of creeping out or deception. I don't know why you're stepping out, or at least thinking about stepping out on your partner. There's something going on there. Whatever you do, I want to say that whatever is happening in the dark is going to come to light. Especially being over the sun. If there is some sort of cheating or deception, it's going to come out. And I'm seeing someone having some sort of regrets and feeling bad about what was done in the past, and having some sort of sorrows about a decision that was made. So be careful if you want to cheat, because it's like you're stepping out and you're analyzing. Maybe your judgment maybe your judgment is a little clouded and you're not making the best decision, because I see you really taking a step back to see, is it worth it? So I'm seeing that something is going to take place, because there's the regrets, but at the same time we have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is kind of being satisfied with the outcome of things. Like, I'm glad that happened. It could be that your partner gets caught, and it's something that you already knew all along. Like, you already suspected this. So now you're kind of glad that they got caught, so that now you can make that decision to move on or let go or whatever, or have that excuse to, maybe, I don't know if you didn't want to be in a relationship in the first place. Whatever the case, this is like being glad that something happened. You're just kind of sitting back like, I'm glad that's over with. I'm satisfied with the way things turned out. And it's also being glad being alone. Or maybe someone is revenge. I'm also seeing revenge. Yeah, there's some sort of revenge, and it's kind of like saying payback's a bitch. It's just like giving someone a taste of their own medicine. Yeah. So for somebody, they're doing revenge, and you hurt the person like you wanted to, and you just feel good about it. Or they did that to you, and they're sitting up and they're gloating. They're like, you see what it feels like now. So there's definitely some sort of revenge taking place here. All right, so you guys, I hope this has helped. Remember, these are general readings, so it may or may not have resonated. But make sure you leave your comments. Like I said, I haven't made a final decision on if I'm coming back or not, so you can still subscribe if you haven't. Like, share, just at least stick around for the updates just in case. And I do plan to have reading specials soon. Not sure when, but so just make sure that you're up to date on whatever's going on. But thank you guys all for watching, and many blessings to you.